Alright, everyone, welcome back again. This is your guy CSEC. It is nice to be back with everyone. How is everyone doing today? So we'll be starting back again on the CSEC, not CSEC. I'm saying CSEC. Preparation for the provisional license. So guys, just give me a minute. Put this on the screen. Alright, that's a bit better. Um, Welcome back, everyone. So, just like to note, this will be our final video on the CSEC, not CSEC, the Provisional License Preparation. This will be our final video. We will not make any other video. So, if you have made it this far, you have learned everything there is to know about provisional license. You have a basic idea of what you need to know. Let me just show you something quick, guys. From these from the classes that we did, you could see right here. This is the learners booklet that we did use in our first couple of videos. We did not go over this. I don't think this is really necessary, which is the emergency first aid notes. But aside from that, if you have made it to this end of this video will just be a recap. Um, as I said, this is the whole night edition, meaning that we'll go through everything in one go. So if you are ready for that, let's begin. So pedestrians or people on the road, people who you would see walking on the streets, they are the persons that would usually be involved in accidents the most. A question that you may have is who causes or who are the main contributors of these accidents? The main contributors of accidents worldwide is drivers. Drivers, you're on the street, someone hits a pedestrian on the road. Sometimes it might be a little child. And something that I really want to highlight is something we consider to be a blind spot. A blind spot is an area that you can't see as a driver. So it's a place that accidents or majority accidents worldwide occurs because the blind spot is the area in your vehicle whereby you cannot see, meaning that it's invisible in a simple sense. So the blind spot is that area whereby you cannot see. That's why we consider it to be the blind spot. So what's a pedestrian? A pedestrian is any person that does not utilize any vehicular means of transportation. This means that they do not utilize motor car, they do not utilize van, lorry, they do not utilize any form of transportation. These are the persons that you would usually see walking on the streets. So, what are some things that you need to do as a pedestrian? Some things that you need to do is where there's a footpath or sidewalk, use it. These are the areas whereby you are on the side of the streets. In the country that I live, or you look at it globally, majority of the times you would need to walk on your right hand side. Why do you need to walk on your right hand side? Because if you also look also into the laws, motor vehicles drive on the left hand side, right? So it gives them more liberty and more space. So pedestrians walk on the right hand, and then we have motor vehicles which basically go on the left hand side. It's very basic. So we did discuss majority of these notes. I'll not be extremely redundant, but let's go at the aspect that we haven't looked at yet. Right here. I didn't do a lot elaborations on this on the past couple of videos that I did, but for now, we will take a very in-depth elaboration into a lot of these points. And guys, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers or at least 500 before the year ends. And if you're watching the video right now, you could type in the comments which CSEC past papers you want me to work in the next video or in the future. Anyways, let's get into these signs. So let's look at red. The red sign is it just means stop. Wait behind the stop line on the carriageway. The carriageway is basically the streets, basically the road. So whenever there is a red sign, you need to stop. You don't even move. You just halt. You stop. You stay where you are. So what does flashing red light means? So flashing red light means you must stop completely, then proceed when you can do so safely. So there's two red lights. There is the plain red light, and then there is a flashing red light. The flashing red light, my friends, in a case where there's a flashing red light, you you stop completely. You just stop. You press maximum brakes or whatever, and you stop immediately. Green light, very easy, means you could go on if the way is clear. Take special care if you mean to turn left or turn right and give way to pedestrians who are crossings. Green just means to go. And then we have amber. A lot of people would just look at it and say yellow. Amber and red are basically the same thing because amber means stop, just like the red light. You may only go on if the amber appears after you have crossed the stop line or are so close to it that you pull up um, that to pull up might cause an accident. So usually in most cases, at least around the world, yellow light or amber and red light are basically the same thing. There is no substantive differentiation. So what does flashing amber? So something that you need to know is that there's two cases. There's either a flashing or there's either a halted light. So there would be a normal red light and then there would be a flashing red light. There would be a normal green light and then there would be a flashing or blinking green light. What does yellow, blinking, or amber mean in this case? It means you must slow down to a safe speed and proceed with caution. It does not mean that you must stop. It just means that you must slow down and proceed slowly. However, in the case that there is a plain yellow light, in that case, then you have to stop completely. So let's look at some of which is a very important aspect of this entire content, which is drivers and riders, signals to police officers controlling traffic. So there's something called the 5 C's of a driver. There's courteousness or courtesy, there's caution, there's common sense, consideration, and stuff like that. There's a 5 C's of a driver or a defensive driver. So you out there is something known as a defensive driver. A defensive driver is a driver that tries or puts their foot out in a sense to stop any oncoming or they do anything in their power to make sure that there is no accidents. So in a case like with this sign here, which is like this here, which means I intend to move out or turn to my right. Then we have other signals like this here. I intend to pull to turn to my left. And they would usually start do something like this here, meaning that they're going left. I intend to slow down or stop, meaning that they do something like this here, and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, majority of these things are very much common sense. And you might ask the question, why did I elaborate on it in the couple of videos prior to this? I did not elaborate because there wasn't anything to elaborate on and it wasn't generally that important. So guys, with that said, I only make this video 10 minutes long because it's just a summation. We're just recapping, just an addition. This video is even necessary in a considerable sense because all the videos prior to this would have covered what I just said. Anyways, guys, this will be my final video on the provisional license examination. If anything else, I would just make another video just for the sake of elaboration sake. But anyways, guys, if you have learned anything, guys, subscribe to the channel.